This is a production of the Gold Arrow Podcast Network.
Hello, and welcome back to the Gold Arrow Camp Podcast, a podcast for friends of Gold Arrow Camp. Throughout the year, we join you to bring your day some of what makes Gold Arrow special. Our goal is to help you have fun, make friends, and grow throughout the year, not just when you're at GAC. Since we can't get together in real life, we gather here around the virtual campfire. We have some of our favorite parts of morning assembly, like Joke of the Day. We also have great interviews with experienced campers and some of your favorite counselors. We think it's a lot of fun, and we're glad you've joined us here on the podcast. Today is episode 65, where we've got a special treat. Sunshine interviewing 21 years of GAC experience in the form of sister and brother combo, Squid and Foxtrot. This year we had 18 sets of siblings on our staff at camp. Many of those people were campers before they joined us on staff, and one of the questions we get most often from parents is, what's it like for siblings to come to camp together? Spoiler alert, they get to spend time together if they want, but they can also avoid each other if they would like. It was really awesome to have so many former campers back with their brothers and sisters at camp this summer. During session 3, Sunshine sat down with Squid and Foxtrot to talk about their time, both as campers and as staff, and what that was like as siblings, especially this year when their younger sister was in her last year as a camper. It's a great chat. I really enjoyed it. I think you will too. Here is Sunshine, Squid, and Foxtrot.
All right, so for this episode of the podcast, we are talking about staff siblings and growing up at camp together. So I'm going to have my guests introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Squid. It's my 10th year here at camp, and I'm a waterfront counselor.
Hello, my name is Foxtrot. I'm Squid's older brother, and this is my 7th year at camp, and I'm one of the GCs here.
Yeah, so GC stands for Group Counselor, for those of you who don't know all of our GAC lingo. So this summer in particular, we have a huge group of staff siblings. I was just showing you the picture, but do we know how many pairs it is? Is it like 15 or something?
Yeah, over 10 for sure.
Yeah, so it's a lot of people. And most of you were campers here. So I want to just have you guys share about, just maybe talk each of you individually about your experiences at camp, kind of what it meant to you, how you grew or changed because of your time, and then what made you want to come back as a counselor. Do you want to go first?
Yeah. So my first year at camp, it was just me and Foxtrot who went. We didn't know anybody else, and we had found out through a family friend. We went to one of the GAC hosted nights at our friend's house, and it was just so much fun, like seeing all the photos. So then we convinced our mom to let us go, and then we came to camp. I think I was 10 my first summer, and it just has been so amazing for like my personal growth. Like I've met some of my closest friends, like Jupiter and Maps, who also both have siblings who are on staff. We met my very first summer at camp 10 years ago, and we've been best friends ever since. So I've definitely gained so many lifelong friendships. Camp has sparked so many of my passions. I'm currently studying environmental science, and a lot of that is because I've loved the time I've spent up in nature here at GAC, and I've gained so much self-confidence and just learned a lot about how to be my best self, because camp really fosters an environment where you get to work on that and you get to grow to being your best self.
Wow, that was really thorough. That's so good.
It's a lot.
You've thought about this. I guess 10 years gives you that time. All right, Foxtrot, how about you? What is your, were you 12 then, or how old were you?
Yeah, so I think I'm always 1 year older than Squid. So I think I was 11 when I first came here, and I started off in cabin 21, which is pretty fun because that's the cabin that I'm now the counselor of.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh, no way! My first cabin was cabin 9, and I'm the counselor of cabin 9.
No
way! That was my tweet cabin.
We have,
totally unplanned.
Yeah, so Squid and Foxtrot now the counselors of the cabins we started in. So that's really fun. But yeah, so I started off. It was one of the first times being away from home, and definitely the longest for a 2-week session. But it's really helped me personally gain a lot of independence and confidence in myself. That was always one of the big reasons why I love coming to camp, is just getting some time learn to do stuff on your own and take care of yourself. Even though there's lots of great counselors here to watch out for you. And yeah, I've met a ton of great friends here. A lot of them are working here now, which is really fun to like work with people that I've been in cabins with year after year and come back and now we're counselors together. Yeah, and then I was a JC, I think a few years ago, and that's kind of what led me to become a counselor here, was doing that and just seeing, after being a camper for 5 years, it's so fun to be a camper, and then coming back and seeing like it's just as fun to be a counselor and get to show other kids like how much fun we can have at camp. So that's what led me to come back here, and that's what I'm doing now.
That's awesome. So what do you guys think about, you also have a younger sister, by the way,
Yeah,
Haley,
Yeah.
who was just here as a camper
Just
for a month.
graduated,
Yeah,
yeah.
so she just had her final year. So do you think she'll come back as a counselor too?
Yeah, I think
For
she
sure.
she really
Yeah.
wants to.
That would be cool. Well, hopefully at some point you'll all overlap at the same time
That'd be
and have a
awesome.
triple sibling
Mhm.
Harris family clan here at the same time.
Yeah.
So what do you think, how do you think coming to camp has impacted like your relationships as siblings?
Yeah, I think it's made us a lot closer. Just because it's something, one of the first things that we got to do, just the three of us without our parents. And especially with Foxtrot and I having gone our first year, and then Haley came the year after. And so that was something like she started a lot younger than us, and I think that brought us a lot closer because we were able to kind of like welcome her into the camp community and help her first year when she was younger and when, she was a little bit more homesick. And now, we have all these inside jokes and like things that we do at camp that we bring back at home that, our parents don't really know about.
Yeah.
And the way that we talk about camp, it's something that has really bonded us together because it's just something that we've all experienced and had so much fun doing, the three of us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally agree. Like Squid said, it's like a really cool shared experience of the three of us. So like definitely like a great part of camp is getting to go home and then tell our parents. Like we just spend days telling them all the fun stories and like sharing fun stories between the three of us. And yeah, it's a really fun place for like the three of us to hang out and do like other fun activities that we don't normally get to do at home, which is really awesome. And just camp's a very like social place, so getting to see each other, like meet new people, and then like introduce each other to our own friends, like that's a really awesome part about having siblings, and kind of like just gets the whole everyone all together, meeting lots of new people.
That's so cool. So you mentioned that being a counselor is as fun as being a camper. And I think some people would kind of question that just because being a counselor is really, really hard. And I've been watching you, Foxtrot, like
it's hard.
It's a really
I will
hard
not
work.
deny that.
Yeah, but it's a different kind of fun and rewarding, isn't it? So how would you explain kind of the difference between kind of your experience as a camper and then now as a counselor?
Yeah, I think when you're a camper, it is very like activity based, like getting to do all the fun things that you don't normally get to do, like rock climbing and wakeboarding, and those are really fun. And then also as you start to get older and you get more mature, you realize a lot of what camp is about, pretty much, for everyone here that's older, is the people and the environment that it fosters and getting to step away from technology. And I think that is just like really, really special as a camper that you get to experience. And then coming back on staff, at least for me, it was really important to me that I learned when I was at JC, getting to share that with younger campers and knowing how much camp has influenced my life. It's just a really, really special thing to be able to give that back and hopefully spark those fun memories and those passions for camp for younger campers. And I think like that is honestly the most rewarding thing, no matter like how hard it is. I'm a waterfront counselor, and getting someone up on a wakeboard for the first time is the best feeling ever. Or having, a first year camper who's a bear, and it's their first time away from home, and they get up to the top of the pontoon and they're just so scared to jump, but then they finally do it, and 95% of the time they shoot right back up to the top and go like 5 more times. And that is just the best feeling ever.
You're kind of getting the idea of what it's like to be a parent.
Yeah.
That vicarious, where you get so like excited about other people's accomplishments.
Yeah. And it is really hard work, but it's also extremely rewarding.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. I think for me, like, it's all about sharing. because after a camper, like 5 years, you get to do all the activities, and I love them all. They're super fun, but like there's a certain point now where like I think it's more fun for me, instead of me, getting behind a boat and doing some kneeboarding, it's more fun for me to see like one of my younger campers who's never done a water sport before, to get them behind the boat and just see how much fun they're having. Like that's one of the greatest feelings of being a counselor, is just being able to take something that I've grown up with and I've known and loved at camp, and then being able to share that and like show the younger campers like how much fun it is, and how trying new things can be so awesome. So that's definitely one of the greatest parts about being a counselor, and it is a lot of hard work, but it's super rewarding.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I wonder, I think so many people out there just don't even really know like what camp is like, and I think we live in a time that's so like individual focused, and all that like self-focus I think makes people more unhappy. So one of the things I think that makes camp like why we feel better up here is that we're like doing things, and there's always people to like help and like do and interact with and stuff. Do you all think that? Like how has it been for you after like COVID and not being around as many people? How has this summer in particular been for you?
For me, it's like it's super just, I'd say, refreshing just to be like with other people, or counselors and campers alike. Just like one of the best parts about working here is like the other staff. It's like you got the best coworkers in the world. Just walking around like seeing all your friends, and everyone's just so nice here. Like it's so nice to be able to just walk over, say hi to like everyone you pass. Is just so happy to see you. So that's one of the things I love. And then yeah, I'm sure for the campers it's probably awesome just to be able to get like in a nice cabin group of kids their age with a lot of shared interests, and just be able to go do fun activities. Everyone's cheering each other on, working together on different things. Like it's a great feeling.
Yeah, and like talk about taking a break from Zoom. It's so nice getting to just like talk to people in person and getting to hug people, and just like not having to look at a screen for the entire summer. It's so perfect being here. It's like the best. And like I love coming to camp every year, but especially like after all of the anticipation and like with the fire and everything, it just means the world. It's so much fun.
Oh, it's so awesome. I know I walked into the dance last week, and I think the end of session 2, and everyone is just like jumping up and down, and also we were wearing masks, but people were very close together, and I was like this right here is the opposite of social distancing is what we do here. But it's just like, I know it's funny, I even now I like every time like everyone bursts into song on the dining porch, I'm just like my heart is just so happy. Or the cheers, like last night at dinner, it was like all the different age groups were doing the cheers and stuff. It's like that only happens when you're like in community, like in a place like this,
like Let It Go comes on and everybody just stands up and is belting it out with all of their heart. It's so fun.
Even the rain today, it started raining today, and it's like a mini party up there. Like we're just all so happy to be up there getting some rain. Like it's really fun.
Oh my gosh, it's so awesome. Well, what messages do you have for people out there in the world who are hesitant to send their kids to camp? Like thinking about, how old was Haley when she first came?
6 or 5?
Yeah,
I think
she probably had to be 6.
Yeah.
How many years younger is she than you?
She's 4 years younger than me.
Okay, so and she's been coming 10 years.
Yeah. So I think she was 6.
Okay.
Probably 6.
So she started younger, which is really what we see is like sometimes the older siblings come and the parents are like, oh, I don't know if they're ready. And so they wait till they're like 10 or 11. And then those kids are like, oh my gosh, I wish I had come sooner.
Yeah.
And then the younger siblings get to come when they're younger.
Yeah, that's what Haley sometimes complains about being the youngest. But my first offense is, Haley, you got to go to camp for way more years as a camper.
Because you guys both celebrated 10 years the same year this year, right? Yeah, that's fun. Oh, I'll have to put that picture with this podcast. Yeah. You guys getting your jacket. And did you guys get a sibling picture
we
last
did.
session?
Yeah, there's some
great
good ones.
We'll share that too. Any other words of wisdom about camp or your feelings about camp that you want to share as siblings who have grown up together here and now work here?
Yeah, I would just say to anybody who's hesitant about coming to camp, like, I know it's hard for parents, but I would just send them, like, we take really good care of them here, and all of them have so much fun, and honestly, like, the longer you wait, I think honestly too, the harder it gets for kids to be away from their parents. And you just learn so many life skills here. It's so helpful. And it's been such a big part of my life that I wish I went sooner. But we didn't unfortunately know about camp until I was 10. But yeah, and growing up with siblings here, it's just been so much fun. I was reflecting on Haley graduating her last year as a camper, and it's just been so much fun to see her grow up. And her friends, too, all of her best friends that I've gotten to know throughout the years. It's just so special.
Yeah, I'd definitely say camp, it's meaningful and life-changing for sure. Like, I was 5 years as a camper, so that's 5 less than Haley did. But still, for me, definitely life-changing. Like, I think the person that I'm today is definitely a result of all the time that I've spent here at camp. You grow so much as a person, you learn so many new things, you meet so many amazing people.
Conquer a lot of fears.
Yeah, you conquer a lot of fears. Like, it just teaches you a lot. And it's really great. And it can, like, even a 2-week session, like, it might sound like a lot, it might not, but, like, you change a lot as a person. You learn a lot of new things. So it's really great.
So cool. Well, thank you so much, Squid and Foxtrot, both for coming on the podcast and for being part of one of our most favorite families here, because you've been here so long and your parents are super kind and grateful people, which I think is a big reason for why all 3 of you are such awesome campers and now counselors. So thanks for being on.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
In a world with far too much seriousness, far too much drama, we bring you something different. The joke of the cast.
Little Halloween-themed joke of the cast for you this week. Why did the illiterate witch get kicked out of the coven? She couldn't spell. That's a good one. I enjoyed that one. By definition, all of my jokes are dad jokes. I've got a couple kids. Thank you so much for joining us on the podcast. It is good to be back. I hope you enjoyed Wada Week this summer, keeping you up to date as the summer went on. But I really love these talks in a little bit longer format with our awesome staff members. We are, as always, looking for people who would be awesome. Send them to our website. Our application is open. We would be delighted to have people apply with us to come be counselors for the summer of 2022. Until 2022, we'll be right here in your earbuds on the podcast. I'm Soy, and I'll save a marshmallow for you.